presented from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. It's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. Winston and the New Orleans Saints taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Set to kick off.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
First and 10, Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And 5.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Good.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, and their loss had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
Winston's pass.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards finds the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
1st and 10.
It's a pickup of 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Oh, he'll let one go deep for him. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
A gain of 40 yards.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed at 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Winston now. Rolling to his right. He'll run it. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
On the keeper.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And 8 at the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Jordan Evans on the tackle.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
The 2nd down pass intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Following the interception, Winston. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
That's the end of the first.
Maurice Hurst able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. After the sack on 1st down, Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
1st down and goal to go.
Try to pound it in, Kamara.
Alvin.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
3rd and long for Winston. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do?
It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Cincinnati.
Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. The left side complete to Troutman.
Winston's pass.
He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Austin Seibert.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times. You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Mixon with a first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
3 yards to go.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Burrow will throw. And he will take it away for a Bengals touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
For the point after.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock at the ends of the half and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Smith. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A first down throw for Winston. That's complete to Troutman, right side.
Winston's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Winston now from the 50. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. We have hit. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
First down with the score.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Flush to his right, and he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Third down.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll start with a give to Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Taken down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 22. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
To throw, Winston. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays. Harder to move it.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. They'll stretch out only about a yard up to the 32. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Joe Mixon. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On first down, Mixon. And some strong running. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They look like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now, Bengals on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Smith catches left side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Winston. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Good for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. There he goes left side. They will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. They'll throw again. Winston. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Pass intended for Deontay Harris. Incomplete.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody. Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.